Hi, I'm Lisa Weber. I'm the teacher here at CDO High School, Special Ed Department, EDP. The P stands for private. I have a class of two 15-year-old boys. One is a sophomore, one is a freshman. This is my freshman. His name is Alex O. To stay kind of anonymous. So Alex, today we're going to be reviewing what assertive behavior is, and we're going to be practicing assertive behavior. This is kind of a unit that we've been doing on self-determination, and last week we talked about the differences between assertive, aggressive, and passive. Because communication is so important, I'm telling the boys that they really should try to work on assertiveness skills. So, what we're going to do, the procedure here, so basically my objective drives the lesson, and my objective is that the students will practice using assertive language. Okay, so let's talk about last week. We talked about passive, aggressive, and assertive. Can you show me what each one looks like? Show me.
I don't remember.
Okay, passive. What's passive?
Like happy?
Passive is somebody that do something to me that's a bit rude. Here's my pencil and my paper. You grab it.
Give me money.
No, that's really aggressive. That's aggressive. Okay. Passive would be you be the person. Okay.
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 What kind of person?
Just grab my pencil and grab this. Okay. And that's aggressive. Okay. Now, give it back again. Okay. I don't like this. Throw it out.
You don't want me to stop?
Yeah.
Why? It's good.
Okay. All right.
You might want to delete that part.
Okay. So procedure. So passive would be if I didn't react. If you did something to me, if I didn't react at all, I just looked. If I didn't defend myself. If you don't defend yourself and you don't stand your ground, that's being passive. There are times to be passive. There are times to be aggressive, but very few. But most of all, as people communicating in society, we want to be assertive. Okay? So here's let's practice using this style. Okay, if I tell you, no, I don't want to join your club. There's three different ways to say it. Can you tell me, no, I don't want to join your club in a passive way?
Yeah, my club.
Say, I don't want to join your club.
I don't want to join my club.
Okay.
Fight club.
Quietly. Now, tell me angrily, aggressively, you don't want to join my club.
Hey! I don't want to join your club.
Okay. All right. Now, assertively would be
Like, I don't want to be in your club.
calmly and explain. Just say, I don't want to be in your club. I'm busy. So go ahead.
I don't want to be in your club. I'm too busy.
All right, I
Going to
understand.
Vegas. Going to
Okay.
party.
You're very lucky.
Anyway.
Okay. All right. So we use assertive communication in three general areas. We basically, when we say no, and when we express feelings, and we request information, products, or services. So now we're going to look at the handouts. And okay, we have some handouts here, and we are going to role play. So basically, we're going to be looking at three handouts: categories of assertive behavior, tips for being assertive, and speaking up for yourself. We're going to review these handouts together, and then we're going to clarify any points that the students are having difficulty grasping. Then we're going to role play, and we're going to do peer evaluation with the role playing. But since my other student unexpectedly went home, it's going to be myself actually giving Alex his grade based on 6 different criteria on a role play rubric, which I'll be sending along too with this whole package. Okay. Now let's practice some role play. Okay. Let's say
Okay.
Okay. Refusal, assertiveness. How to say no at the right time and in the right way.
No.
So you state your position. I want you to look at this at the same time that I'm looking at it. When you are being assertive, can you read it out loud to me?
Wait.
Can you read it from this page?
Okay.
Categories.
Okay.
You could read one and I'll read two, if one's too many.
Ah, crap.
Refusal.
Refusal, aggressiveness.
Assertiveness.
Same. How to say no
different.
at the right time and in the right way.
The right way.
State your opinion. No, I can't.
State your position.
Okay. Explain your reason and have something else to do today.
Mhm.
That day. Express understanding. I hope you can find something else.
That's good. You explain why I can't. You're busy. I have something else to do today. And then you care enough to say, well, I hope you find somebody else. Okay? A second way that we use assertive language is when we express our feelings, telling people how you feel.
No.
For instance, if I said, you did a great job, Alex, that's assertive. If I expressed something negative about something you did, I'd be, I'm upset by what you did. That's expressing negative feelings, but I'm doing it in an assertive manner. I'm telling you. I'm not holding it back. And I'm not being passive. And I'm not yelling. I'm just saying, I'm really upset by what you did. We're going to need to talk about this. That's being assertive. So, there's another way of assertiveness, to use assertiveness. When we refuse something, when we express something, and then what? There's a third way.
Expressing feelings, telling people how you feel.
When we do request assertiveness, it's to get information, clarification, and ask for what you want. So,
this page or the other page?
this next page now. Turn the next page. Go.
Let's go to the next.
Let's turn this page. There we go. Okay, now, here's a state the problem. I want you to do these 3 role plays with me. Okay, let's say I'm the boss, and I gave you something to do, but my instructions didn't make sense. Okay, first I told you to do it one way, then I told you another way. You want to keep your job, you respect the boss. How would you talk to me as your boss? When I give you they're conflicting instructions, how would you handle that?
You gave me the wrong direction. Don't know what to do now.
Okay, you look me in the eyes and say, I think, boss, you've given me 2 different instructions, but what you said was good. Try it again.
Boss, you gave me 2 different instructions.
Yeah.
Boss man.
Boss, you gave me 2 different instructions.
Yes.
I'm not quite sure how to proceed.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay, another way that you use assertive behavior with these requests is when you're asking a request, can you let me finish one project before starting the other?
No.
Or, well, let's say I was the boss and I gave you 2 jobs to do, but it was overwhelming. You know what you could say?
I quit.
Could you let me finish one project before starting another? Okay? How about if the boss speaks too clearly, or the teacher, for that matter, and you're not sure? What would you do? The last one. What would you do? Would you say, I give up? That's it.
I quit.
Would we do that?
Yes.
Not really.
No.
Not in a good functioning classroom and not in a good functioning job. Okay, and it's not really great in relationships either to be like that. I quit, I'm done. What would you do if you didn't understand some directions that you were given by an authority figure?
You gave me the wrong instructions. So what can
Well,
you
that
do?
was the other one. If you're not sure about something, what can you do? It's right there.
Get clarification.
Yes, and what are the words you would say?
Can you explain what you want done, like want done again?
Can you explain what you want done again? Could you please explain what you want done again? I'm not quite sure. Or you could even have a paper and pencil and say, can I please write down what you just said, because I need to do that. That's just the way I learn. And I know how to tell people that now. So could you go a little slower, please? Because I have to write it down. Those are just tips that I've learned, because I'm a visual learner and an auditory learner. So it's good for me to hear and see at the same time, and then also write down.
Nice call again.
Again is A-G-A-I-N. No E. Okay, let's turn the page now and A-G-A-I-N.
What?
A-G-A-I-N is again. A-G-A-I-N.
You see it? Yeah.
Would you write?
Can you say it again?
Okay. Good. Say it again. Okay. Would you read the first two of tips for being assertive? And look at the person that you're talking to, which is who's over there. Okay. So what do you need to do?
Make eye contact.
Make eye contact.
Hey.
How do you do that?
Looking the person straight in the eye.
You make sure that the person is more interesting to you than what's on the floor. You look at the person most of the time, but you don't stare at people 100% of the time. Okay? You don't have to stare the whole time. What's the second thing?
Body posture.
Body posture. Let's practice. Okay. Sometimes I have to talk to you about posture,
Yep.
and standing tall is one of your daily goals. Stand tall. You're proud of yourself. You ought to be. You're a wonderful kid. You're a good student. I love having you in the class, and you're a super athlete and a very nice person. So feel good about yourself, okay? So body posture. Try to face the person. Stand nice and tall. Okay. Distance.
And physical.
Okay. If you smell or feel the other person's breath, you are too close. Okay? So we want to keep a comfortable distance. We don't want to get in personal space. Sometimes you'll find that people might get too close, and stepping back really isn't a sign of weakness. It's just you're reestablishing basically where you want distance to be. Okay, gestures. Can you read this for me?
What's wrong?
Use hand gestures.
Use hand gestures to add to what you're saying, but remember that you are not, whatever that word is, conducting or orchestrating.
Meaning, should you have your hands up the whole time when you talk to me? Let's say you're angry about something. Do you ever use your hands?
Hey!
Yeah, pointing your finger in someone's face isn't so great.
Where she's at.
Okay, and facial expressions. Your face should match your emotion and what you're saying. Don't laugh when you're upset. Some people do that. You know, and you're saying, well, why are you laughing? And don't frown when you're happy, okay? A relaxed, pleasant face is best when you're happy. A relaxed, serious face is best when you're upset. Can you show me a relaxed, happy face for happy? You look sleepy now. Sleepy. Okay, relaxed. Calm. How about if the supervisor of this program came in the afternoon and you say, hi, Steve. Okay, how would you greet him? Hi, Steve, like that, would you say? Shake his hand, be happy, and then sit down, and then wait for him to speak, probably?
Sure.
Probably do that? Okay. Would you read this?
Voice tone and inflection adding volume. When you are making assertive message, you want to be heard. In order to be heard, you have to pay attention to the tone of your voice. Happy, whiny, upset, it's like you. And the inflection.
Whiny you.
That's you. You try to get on everything.
No, I don't. Go ahead.
It's reading here. The inflection of your voice.
Emphasis on syllables, okay?
That's hard to say.
That's okay.
You
And
said it. And volume of your voice, whisper and yell.
whisper to yell.
Got that.
Sometimes whispering is effective because the people have to listen more carefully. Okay, fluency. It's important to get your words out in an efficient manner. If a person rambles on or stammers, the listener gets bored. So we want to try to be fluent, not have too many ers and ums and I don't know, and gee, you know, like, okay. And timing. When you're expressing negative feelings or making a request of someone, this is really important. 7 days may be too long. If you are asking for something, it's best to do it right on the spot in front of people. It may not be the best to do it right on the spot. You have to kind of gauge it. Do it as soon as there's time for both parties to be alone and resolve the issues, okay? You don't want to ever embarrass somebody. Let's say you got a poor grade on something and David's here. I'm not going to yell out, hey, Alex, You got a 15 on this. That's not good. Even though you guys are close and you've been in classes together, I would still go down and whisper and say, Alex,
What?
you have to do this again.
Oh,
Let me help you.
okay.
Okay? We'd be like that. Just deal with it quietly.
Maybe.
Listening is also, you read the listening part, and I'll read the content.
Listening. An important part of assertiveness, you're making statement that expresses your feelings without infringing. I see the word ringing.
Infringing, because there's
I see the
ringing
word
in there.
ringing.
Infringing.
Whatever that word is.
Mm-hmm.
On the
It
right.
was to bother and to get into your business.
See
too
these
much.
people?
Go ahead.
What was it?
Infringing on the rights of
On the right
others.
others, you need to give other person a chance to respond.
Good, so let the person have their say, right? If mom was angry at you for something, wouldn't let you speak, wouldn't that make you more angry?
No.
You should have your say. There's two sides to every story. You say your side nice and calmly. Content. What a person says is one of the most important parts of an assertive message. Depending on what a person is trying to accomplish, the content is going to be different, obviously.
Hashtag.
Okay. When we speak up for ourselves, it's important that you realize that you are a unique, one-of-a-kind, wonderful person. Make yourself comfortable now.
No.
You want to sit? We can sit again. Come on. You want to bring your chair? Okay. People have different styles. Can you come close to me so I feel like we're in this together? Okay. People have different styles. Would you say I have a loud personality?
Yes.
I don't know about that. People say I'm usually quiet and soft-spoken. So, I don't know about loud.
No, you don't. You're just mellow.
I'm kind of mellow. Yeah, but you still know that when I say something, it needs to be done.
Yep.
You do listen, and that's a good thing. No, you really do. You really do.
Eventually.
Yeah. So some people speak softly, some people are loud, they have different styles, but don't change your style, Alex. The way you are, the key to put your words exactly where you want to or need to is be yourself, but always be polite and respectful, okay? Think about other people, how you want to be treated. Now, what if a person, you want to talk to somebody, let's say it's the vice principal, and you want to talk to her, okay? And now she's here. And she's working, and you enter the room. Miss Weber, I'm here to see you, you would say. And you need to find, and I'm looking down, I'm still writing, I don't even look up at you. How do you find a clever but polite way to say, I'm right here? What's that?
Water.
A water? Okay, well, I don't know about that.
But I know I'll get kicked out of school, but.
Not to get kicked out of school, but how do you get the vice principal's attention?
Just sit there.
You could sit there.
Just wait for her to look up.
It really depends on your personality, you know? Someone who's extroverted, which means outgoing, that might mean carrying a red bandana to wave, like that. For somebody who's introverted, that might mean you need to speak in a louder, stronger voice. Or I would leave a little note. Probably what my style would be is I would leave a note for that vice principal or principal, and I'd say, please call extension. Please call extension XYZP when you are ready. Okay. Can you read the next one to me?
You see it? Ish? A little bit? Yeah.
Okay. Speak clearly and distinctly.
Bet you won't.
I'm on the page. You don't have the pages written down like that?
No.
Yeah. Function, volume, fluency. Speak it up for yourself. Speak clearly and distinctly.
Speaking clearly and distinctly, whatever.
Distinctly.
I don't know.
Distinctly.
And whatever you can, if you have speech,
Disability.
I hate being on video.
It's okay. Because they're just friends.
Disability, calm in your
Calm your anxiety.
by trying to relax the muscles in your body.
By taking in deep breaths of air and exhaling slowly. Let's practice that. You know, it's perfectly fine if somebody asks something of you or says something that requires a response, to take a deep breath and think about it. You don't have to come out with the first thing, because the first thing might not be the polite thing or the politically correct thing, the appropriate thing. Okay? You just want to think about it a little bit. Sometimes it helps just to visualize something pleasant, like one of your favorite images. Maybe, you know, you playing basketball with a very worthy champion, or you riding your bike. You know, think about something pleasant like that. It really gives your mind a little vacation. Okay. So, I know that you'll be courteous and you'll be polite. Get that in there. Okay, but don't be overly polite, because that's called obsequious. It's like overly polite is, yes, Alex, dear. Yes, may I help you with that, dear? It's just too much. It's cloying. Okay. So let me just tell you this. Assertiveness means that you don't need to attack others in stating your needs. You don't need to do that. For instance, you don't berate the store clerk because the counters are too high for you to see over. That complaint should go to the store manager. Assertiveness means you stand up for yourself in an adult, responsible way. It's not aggressive and it's not passive. It's standing up for yourself. And remember to keep the balance and to be your own wonderful self. Okay? Now, we're going to do some role plays. Okay? It helps to practice a new skill before you really have to use it. So, you'll pair with me because our other student isn't here. And we can take turns. I'll be the other student, and we'll act out the situations that are here on this page. This is the 14th page. Now remember to include the nonverbal, the facial. I can find it for you. Okay, nonverbal, which is the facial expression, your posture, body language, as well as the words. If we stand up, will you see us well? Okay, we're going to stand now because we're going to use the whole body to do this. Okay? All right. I'm going to test you. All right. Another student wants to copy your homework you did last night for his or her own homework. What do you say?
I wanted to say, what are you doing?
You'd say, what are you doing? Or you'd say, would you say that? What are you doing? I'm asking you for your homework. I want to copy it. Get your own. Do your own. How about do your own work? How about that? You could do your own work. I did my own work. That would be an assertive answer, right? Or, no, that's cheating. You can do your own work. I'm not doing your work for you, sorry. You don't have to be quite as polite with other students because you guys are a little rough with each other. Okay, but if somebody wants to copy your homework or do something that's wrong in school, no, just no. Okay, let's try another one. Why don't you give me this? Give me the scenario. I'm the housewife, right? And
Here, you want a encyclopedia?
And you're a salesman. You're coming here, ma'am. I have some wonderful.
Ma'am, I got some wonderful encyclopedias. Do you want them?
It's
$25.
I'd be happy to look at the material. You could leave the material with me, but I'm actually not in the market for a new encyclopedia system.
Good day.
Okay. All right, but good luck though. I hope you sell a lot.
Maybe.
I hope you do. Okay. Let's do this. That was me being assertive, saying, well, I'm not going to. Okay, you're at work.
Work hard, play.
And your boss is giving you instructions to do something you don't understand again. Hey, you know what I need you to do?
What?
I need you to set that up over there. I need you to put up those 4 boxes, and then I need you to finish the edges of that thing, and then top that off. And, okay? You gotta do it, all right?
What?
See, how would you say it politely?
Well.
How would you say it politely?
What?
Say, excuse me,
I
I didn't
that's
understand that.
What?
So you would just say what?
Mm-hmm.
And then if I repeated the same confusing directions, what would you do?
Which boxes? There's like 100 boxes.
Yeah, but nicely.
This way. Which that way?
If it's your boss.
Which this way? Which that way?
Okay. If you say
correct answers.
Okay, if you say it nicely without too many hand gestures and say, I'm not sure which boxes, can you please explain to me? And slowly, calmly, we'll get you.
Right.
a better result. Okay? Now, let's pretend you're in a wheelchair and you want to go to the movies, but the theater that we're going to isn't wheelchair accessible, and you use a wheelchair, so you
Let's go to a
can't get
different
in. Well,
Let's go to a different one.
different theater, you just say, let's go to a different one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a way to do it. It's a bit passive. You know, people get a little more assertive as they get older because they get more confident. What I would do if I was the person in a wheelchair and there was not a ramp for me, I would have my companion wheel me over or wheel myself over to the manager and say, excuse me, sir, I'm noticing that there's no ramps for people in wheelchairs to come through, and I thought that it was a state law, and you know, I'd really like to see that happen here so you can have my business, but right now I have to leave because I can't get in your theater, and I'm gonna leave.
Well,
So you lose.
what if he's in the theater?
He's in the theater, but,
He's like far away.
well, he's telling the manager, you can't have your business like this, but in a really respectful way. That I thought there was state law that said that every entrance needs to be wheelchair accessible in public places. See? Okay. Okay, you do number 5. Say it out loud for me.
You want to give a staff person who works with you positive feedback about something they've done very well.
Okay, so I'm your employee.
It's a staff person.
Okay, I'm a fellow staff person, and I've just done something really great, and now you want to compliment me. How would you say that? I don't see you.
Like this.
What does that mean?
Yeah, you get a raise.
Okay, but if you think I did something well that was impressively good, wouldn't you say it with your voice too?
Good job.
Say, I really like that job you did.
I really like that job you did.
Good.
Here's a raise.
Okay.
20 cents.
All right.
It's better than nothing.
Okay.
How's that?
I think it's fine. Let's try this one. You want to tell your parents that you want to be included in your IEP planning meeting, and mom and dad say, listen, and mom and dad say, you don't need to be there. We'll figure it out for you. We'll decide. Alex, you'd say okay? Or would you say, would you really say that? Try to be a little more assertive.
Why can't I be in the meeting?
Why can't I be in the meeting? And give a good reason. I'm 15, Mom. I'm going to be 16 next year. I ought to be starting to take control of my individual education plan. I want to be in on this. I'm in the classroom every day, you know, so please let me be here and I can tell you better about what I can do well and what I struggle with. So that would be a little better if you said that to them, not just, I want to be there. You got to have a reason. And then if you tell your parents, well, this is my plan, and I'm in that classroom, and we have to make sure that it works for me, I think that they'll respect that. Most people will. Okay. Let's try number 7. Okay. A stranger you encounter while waiting for a plane has just said something rude about your disability. Okay? So you're waiting for a plane, I'm waiting for a plane with you, and I go, gee, you know, that leg, your leg, one looks shorter than the other.
So, at least I can walk.
Good. At least I can walk. That's a good answer. At least I can walk. Good. So what if one leg is shorter than the other? Big deal. Okay. How about this one? You want to start working with teachers, staff, and family to plan what your life will be like after high school. That is super important because you're not just going to, do you think you're just going to come out of high school and be ready? No, you got to have some planning, some things, plans in place. We are planning good things for you. We have choices of colleges for you.
Yes.
We have training schools if you want to do that, if you want to specialize in something. We're already working on transition for you. But let's say you want to start working with teachers and staff and family to plan what your life will be like after high school. How do you ask for that if they're not thinking about it? And they ought to be. But if they're not, how do you ask for that? Say I'm the teacher, and how would you say that?
You basically are the teacher.
As the teacher, how would you ask for some help with planning your future?
Can we plan for my future when I get out of high school? I can go to college and get a good job.
Good, I like that. That's perfect. In one sentence, that's perfect. just remember how you said a few weeks ago we were working on resumes, and Alex came over to me and said, Mrs. Weber, before we even started, when are we going to work on our resumes? I really want to get the. He was really into it because it's a practical thing, and he just came over to me and said, I really want to work on that so I can get a first job.
30 minutes.
Okay.
Hey, how long were you going for?
Okay. This is the last one we'll do. You're upset because your car was late picking you up and you missed a job interview. What would you say to that if I was that little man that picks you up every day, but I was late? Oh, okay, I'm here. Hi, Alex, I'm late. I'm sorry I was late. I tried to get like a drink for myself.
You're fired.
Why?
You're too late. I missed a job interview.
You missed a job interview? Oh gosh, I'm sorry. That's horrible.
You're still fired.
And
King Bash!